Hey, 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 beautiful souls. Welcome to the day after, which is known as FriYAY. Welcome. Whew, how's everyone doing? How are we all feeling? My name's lisalyle. This is my channel here on YouTube. It's really my heart. It's a place I come to get vulnerable and, with any luck, encourage all of you to do the same in your experience of being divinely human. HUEMAN. All of a sudden, I'm getting really warm. So, tonight I'm going to pull cards for those who are here during the live. All you need to do is subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're subscribed and engage live chat, and we'll get to that. Before we get to that, I'm going to share some messages that came through today and some of the astrology of the time. And first thing I'm going to do is take my yeah, I am bundled up in fleece. Rex and I were fortunate enough today, 111 there, make a wish. How are we doing on the manifestation of wishes and dreams? Are we holding our vision? Are we remaining focused? The message is to do so. Every time I feel like, oh, is it time to throw in the towel? There's another sign that says no, you're not throwing in any towels. And in my part of the world, let me get the Palo Santo going so I can get comfy here. Got a fresh new stick. And at this time, I'd like to ask that I'm a clear and pure channel to bring through messages from Source Divine, loving and kind, with the intention of supporting our soul breaking free into the experience at this time. So, all right. How's everyone doing? How was everybody's Christmas? What did you do? Did you, how was the day? Did you make any breakthroughs? Did you have any realizations? Did you just have any real moments of presence, just being present for yourself in the unfolding of the season, if you will, the holy days? Yesterday, I went over to my sister's, and I arrived, I went on my own, and lo and behold, the young man showed up and had dinner with all of us. So it was lovely. And I had given myself 3 hours with a maximum of 5 hours, and I stayed for 7. So there you go. It's like, let us not put limits on our experience. And often we do that in some way about an event, or perhaps we're feeling a little twisted about a situation, and instead of getting all twisted up and in our head about it, let us stay in our heart space. Let us stay in the moment and really show up for ourselves and show up for others in the moment. So Dawn had a good day, quiet, relaxing, read, ate too much food, and cuddled with the pup. That sounds lovely. Lovely, lovely. I made a big turkey dinner today. So I don't know where we're going to put all these leftovers, but there's a lot of food about these days. Yes, me too, Dawn. So glad. And, it's the small things. It's the small wins. And that felt like a big one. So for everyone involved, for all of us. So all right, so I'm gonna just share what came through today, and I'll be here as long as there's people engaged here. And then after that, I'm going to bundle up and go for a walk in a winter wonderland, because it literally looks like a winter wonderland around here now. Rex and I got out early this morning. We hit the head of the storm. We were right as it was coming in, and it was coming in fast and furious, and it has proven to bring quite a wallop. There's quite a substantial amount of snow on the ground. So I'm looking forward to trudging through the snow and yeah, having some fun in it. So today is December the 26th, 2025, and it comes to a 20 energy. And with this 20 energy, it's the judgment. With the 20 comes the judgment. And it also comes the high priestess with the 2 and the fool. And so it feels like what I was guided to write was judgment from within. And so we've all undergone quite a transformation in 2025. We've, um, our spiritual sight, if you will, our spiritual eye has opened even wider, even though it looks like it may not be so open. I've always had this wonky eye, but our spiritual sight has expanded. And so we may be feeling we spoke about it a little bit yesterday, like 2025 has left many of us at this point in time feeling rather vulnerable, exposed, raw, real. And it can be an unsettling or an uncomfortable space to be within. And yet, what we are asked to do at this time is to simply settle, to allow things to settle. After the storms, everything's all blown up and twisted up, and, it's in that melting pot, and just allowing yourself to be the stability at this time. And take a look on the inside and what's coming up for you at this time. So I was guided to write judgment from within, sacred skin, all our kin. Open from within, seals, sacred, holy scrolls, unraveling, sacred notes of love, eternal essence of the beloved. Sacred soul song, let love clear your throat. And so it feels like, for a long time, it's been ego over soul running the show. And for those of you tuned in here, for all of us here, it's really about our soul overseeing the show and putting the ego in check, if you will. And we do need to have a healthy ego, which allows us to enact free will, enact love, to make choices from the higher voices, from the voice of love that speaks to us from within. The question as we close out this year is really, are you going to allow love to win? As of tomorrow, the 27th of December, the moon will be moving into the sign of Aries at 7 degrees. And this is about our self-expression. Are we ready to let love clear our throat and to speak from this loving space in all situations, in all circumstances? We also have Neptune, and Neptune's been doing this little dance. If you remember, we have Neptune and Saturn traveling together, and they've been doing this dance for quite some time now, the better part of a year. And they've been moving through Pisces, and then they went into Aries, and then retroed back into Pisces. Yes. Or into Aquarius and then back into Pisces. Anyways, currently we have Neptune at the 29th degree of Pisces, which is the final degree of the zodiacal wheel. So if this doesn't speak about an expanded new beginning, I'm not sure what does in our lifetime. And we will never see this again in our lifetime. I was guided to write a completion of a cycle that began before we were born. And so, we're here at this time. I just heard a karmic reward. So, the first time we had Neptune at this 29th degree was earlier this year, March 3rd to March 30th of this year. That's when it first went into Aries. And then it retroed back in October 23rd to December 10th, retroed back to the 29th degree of Pisces. And here again, moving direct from December the 10th until January 27th, a 6-week period of time of this forward movement. Initiation. It's like an initiation of the divine. Like, not everyone's going to 1111 there. Not everyone is going to step across the threshold and claim their sovereignty, claim their divinity. We are. Because we agreed to be here at this time for this big completion of a karmic cycle. We have Saturn. Saturn's also at play here as well. And Saturn's all about our karma. Saturn's all about, like the box. I was guided to draw the box, and I was guided to write the word con in there. So Saturn's like the lord of karma, the ruler of time. And this is like, we're here to spiral beyond the mind. We're here to get ourselves out of the box. It's like the jack. It was 1221 there. It's like the jack in the box. Some of those things scared me a little bit when I was young, and they were so like, oh my gosh, like some of the faces on them were so scary. And it's like, yet it's almost like jumping out of the box and saying, here I am, this little light of mine, I'm here to shine. And that's exactly what the divine calls for us to do, would like us to do, would love to see us do. We currently have the Sun, Mars, and Venus in Capricorn, and they will be traveling through Capricorn together for the entirety of Capricorn season, which takes us to January 23rd. Right before Neptune moves fully into Aries. And so with the sun illuminating everything at this time, and Venus there, Venus is the ruler of Libra, harmony in relationships, partnerships, co-creative ventures. And then Mars, the ruler of Aries, who we've got the moon in Aries. Hey, welcome. Welcome, Andrea. That's so nice. Nice to have you here. So with, Mars in Capricorn with the sun, the illumination, and then we have the moon in Aries at this 7th degree this weekend, about self-expression. It's almost like we are being gifted an experience of a higher love in this lifetime. And the question is, are we going to answer the call as it echoes in the inner halls, right? Are we going to answer the call? Because you and I, we're made of star stuff. We're otherworldly. We're here to bring magic into this experience. We're here to remember who we are, so that we may have the most expanded experience of our heart in this lifetime within the sacred skin that the heart beats. So don't forget, since June, we've had Jupiter over there in Cancer, which is in opposition to the Sun and Libra and Mars in Capricorn, and Jupiter over there in Cancer. And the Cancer Capricorn axis is all about our feelings of safety and security, our right to be here, family, DNA, our childhood, our emotional waters. You know, this is what Cancer wants us to tap into. And Capricorn's all about society imposing on us their views. It's like the adult, where Cancer is the inner child, Capricorn's the adult, right? Whoa, duty, responsibility, what I've got to do, what the external. We're here on the spiral of divine grace to move ourselves out of the box of the con job. We're not the jack in the box ready to pop off because we're under pressure. We are freeing ourselves from within because we have felt the pressure of the oppressive world, and our soul just wants to be free. We've been walking this lifetime forged by the fire of our heart's desire, right? The inner calling, the inner fire, the soul. Some of the words that came through for this weekend's energy: vision, emotions, boundary, magic, actualization, breach, soul-seated dreams, sacred vision within reach, breathe, breach the surface even when nervous. Your dreams are now free to be. Congratulations, you did it. Settle into bliss. Heaven on Mother Earth. We were born to live it. Devotion, loyalty, divine royalty. Committed to soul evolution, eternal love, soul over ego. So, what do we think of that? Soul over ego. And a lot of our experience has been ego overseeing the show. And we've been held within the loving embrace of the oversoul. And now, at this pivotal turning point, if you will, every year we get opportunities. Let us harness the opportunities moment to moment. And this year, the wheel turns into the energy of, or the calendar turns into the energy of the wheel of fate, the wheel of destiny, the magician, and the fool. Diving head first into the experience of soul love. So, I'm going to pull a couple cards. Then I want you all to start letting me know if you'd like me to pull some cards for you, or pull a message of the light oracle for you. These two want to come out for us. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's a little Harry Met Sally, kind of like a little When Harry Met Sally kind of esque. All right. Oh, and I think there's another card. There's an angel of Atlantis that got stuck in here. You can see how it would get stuck. Hey, Kiki. Hope. Helping our purpose evolve. We are the fertile ground. We are the fertile holy ground. We are completing and wrapping up this cycle on this planetary body that began before we were born. our third eye is open. I had a really interesting experience this morning. So at the end of our walk, like we were walking in the tail end of the beginning of this storm coming in, and it was blowing in. Like I couldn't believe how quick the snow was coming in and how quickly the weather changed in the course of an hour. And anyways, at the tail end, the snow is blowing in my face, and Rex is trying to get me to jog. I don't want to jog because when it's windy, it's hard to breathe. Anyways, and I could feel my nose starting to drip. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I had no Kleenex or anything like this. And as soon as I got into like a safe space, there was this tremendous release from the sinuses. I could not believe how much came out of me. And it was like clear. Um, so there's something to that. It feels like we are clearing up, and it does feel like, this is a time of year where there's a lot of overindulgence with sweets and stuff like that. And the effects of sugar on our health is not very good. And this is coming from someone who, has issues with sugar. I do have a sweet tooth, um, hence why my teeth are always aching. So this is there. It feels like there's a call to do a bit of cleansing work, and it's like whatever you're feeling guided to do. It was just when that release came, it was like, oh, it almost felt like a lymphatic drainage is what I felt at the time, and what has popped right back in here again. A huge release. Yeah, overindulging. So let's see what cards came out. Look at this. Self initiation, number 12. We are the channels of light. And you can see the image on this card is also on the back of the cards. And so that speaks, it amplifies the power of this. And this is speaking of our power being amplified at this time. And to not give up, I almost hear, don't give up the good fight. But it's like we may have doubt creeping in. Today as I was preparing dinner, I had some thoughts going on in my mind. And I'm like, is it time to throw in the towel on this dream of mine? The vision I have. And as soon as I said that, on the clock, it was 5:44. So it's like, no, there is no way to give it up. So can we still find the signs? Are you seeing the signs? Because spirit gives us clues, spirit gives us guidance, and it's up to us, soul over ego, to enact free will, to make choices, to make decisions, to make moves in our life, to speak and communicate truth. Let love clear your throat. And so that your soul song can come through. Falling, or free falling into the experience of life, of love, of the essence of the beloved, of the experience in the physical. The soul wants to be experienced in the physical. Soul over ego. Allow the soul to guide, to gently guide. The ego will keep us imprisoned, trapped in our mind, right? Overwrought with pride. Humility is such a beautiful quality. And that has nothing to do with humiliation. I'm sure we've all humiliated ourselves plenty of times over. That has nothing, humility and humiliation are not the same thing. Humility, it's acting in integrity. It's evolving emotionally. It's growing in maturity. It's evolving spiritually. Or we fall into the abyss of what ifs. what could have been, what should have been. Look at this. Those two cards came out and we saw them yesterday and they came out again today. 10-10. The wheel, we're leaving this universal 9-year very fertile, as fertile ground, fertile myrtle, as Dr. Handyside used to say. He was the OB-GYN I used to work for. Fertile myrtle. We are the fertile ground. We are the fertile myrtle. And perhaps we have felt slow like the turtle, yet slow and steady wins the race. And really, in the grand scheme of things, in the eternal stream of things, there is no race. Each soul, each child at their own speed, because it's the recognition from within the child that they are the medicine. Their soul is the medicine that seeks to lead in life. Is this making sense? It wasn't icy here so much, Mo. It was like heavy packing snow. I did go outside and shovel a little bit. It wasn't really icy here, so I'm going to put on my Sorels and march through the snow. I just wish it was a clear sky, but it's still kind of snowing a little bit. So, yeah, we're here on Earth to allow our soul to breach the surface and to allow ourselves to be seen and to allow ourselves to settle in to the experience moment to moment. And you know, perhaps getting out of our head and or perhaps beginning to become more aware of how we limit ourselves, how we hold ourselves back. You know, like yesterday with my 3-hour limit, maximum 5, I would have, and I'm staying for 7, I would have missed out on 2 phenomenal hours in the day of in the day in my life. And so be willing to be the shifting perspective moment to moment. What was that instrument called? That whoo, whoo, whoo. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's kind of looked like a recorder, but I don't think it was a recorder. And it had this thing you could pull out and pull in, whoo, whoo, and you would blow into it, and it would extend out the sound, and then kind of. No, it wasn't the trombone. No, it was a smaller instrument. It was almost like the size of a recorder, but it had this little thing you could pull out of it. It was like a metal rod. Yeah, I'm not sure what it's called. So let's see what it says on here. The frequency of fertility invites us to be more open, more courageous, more creative, and more joyful than we were before. It activates the potential for something beautiful to grow from our consciousness into the grander expression of ourselves. Yes. And the Gaia and the realization card, this is just that 10-10 energy. So the wheel spins. As the wheel spins. And it's like this whole transformative, we fold into ourselves over and over again. And it's this whole transformative process, becoming more clarified or purified in divine truth, in the essence of the embrace of eternal love. I don't want to get all woo-woo and deep. Someone said to me yesterday, oh, you know, again, it's always like the deep. It's so deep. And I'm like, yeah, I know, you know, and I'm like, I can't wait to connect with the counterpart and, someone of equal depth. And then the person's like, oh, Lisa, you can't have two deep people together. And I'm like, I believe you can, because like, I'm not here to skim the surface. We've all tried those superficial, shallow relationships, and, they're not very stimulating, and they're not very expansive, really. And eventually, they become very restrictive, right? And they become wrought with tension and stuff because it's not an energetic fit. So I'd rather allow the divine to align things with respect to relationships and partnerships and co-creative endeavors and co-creative friendships. And in order to allow the divine to do that, we must be willing to follow the signs, to follow the clues, to realize that everything's always been within us. The frequency of Gaia reminds us that we are infinitely connected to one another, just as we are to the Great Mother and the universe that birthed us all. And realization, the frequency of realization supports the internal, process of becoming aware of our heart-centered truth, as well as the eternal process of becoming our highest expression in this world. Yes. Yes. Your soul over ego. The physical is the ego experience, right? The mind, the mental chatter, the mental clutter, activity. Ego holds us back, stunts our growth. Soul wants us to expand into our full potentiality in this lifetime, the heaven on earth experience, the seeds of the divine who came for this time, that we would be on the planet and alive when a cycle was wrapping up, a cycle so big that it began before we were alive, before any of us were alive. Wow. Wowzer, knock your socks off type of energy. Are you feeling it? Can you feel it? And there's some, this is a time of year during the holy days where there's always, sprinklings of, not great energy. Yesterday, the sky was pretty, I was thinking about that as I was out shoveling today, this very heavy snow. Yesterday, there was a ton of lines in the sky. We were being sprayed like vermin yesterday. And then I was thinking, I wonder what's all in this snow. What is in this snow? Because they bring the weather on. So yeah, at this time during the holy days, it is a time where, those who don't have our greatest and highest good at hand, they would like to, siphon our energy if they can, and they will if they can. So staying strong. No, I just kind of bring through whatever comes through. I don't really do questions. If you have a question, you could ask it inside. And I usually just bring through messages that are for your greatest and highest good, and what spirit guides me to share in the moment. So, and I'm really just going to be pulling messages from the light for everybody, and maybe a soulful woman oracle as well. So, if you would like me to pull some cards for you, please do let me know. I'm going to get a messages of light card for all of us. Ah, yes, how beautiful. We are growing. Even, among the thorns. I'm having trouble speaking these days. Among We're growing because we are nurturing ourselves with the essence of unconditional love, that is guided by the angelic realms, that is an otherworldly guidance we're receiving. Let us not spend so much time trying to figure out where we're receiving this guidance from. Plugging directly into source, into creator, loving and kind, to whom we have been tethered our entire life, like we're sparks creator. And so from this space, we are connected to all things. And it's really beyond the mind. And yet the ego, again, the ego likes to, get in our way. And we like to have titles, and we like to, oh, I'm a starseed from Arcturus, or, I'm a Lemurian starseed, or, I'm from Orion. Does it really matter? Because what matters most is the fact that we are earthlings. We are children here upon Mother Earth, and we are spiritual in nature. So we're all things. And yet we can get caught up in the ego wanting to identify what we are or where we came from. We are children of the stars who have fallen to earth to resurrect the light, to bring hope into this world, into our lives again, as the peaceful one who rises and realizes that they are here for an abundant experience of heaven on earth as the wheel turns. Knowing that they are growing, and it's because of the beautiful seeds of love that they have been sowing that we get this abundance of growth. Each day I nourish myself with the light in order to grow in divinity. Through the messages that life brings me, I study my inner being to improve myself in the eyes of God. I am here to learn and grow, not materially, yet at a soul level. I find my balance between material and spiritual worlds, and I free myself of inner conflicts. Confirmation of everything that was said. This life is a gift. Every day is a gift. I was reflecting yesterday at Christmas. I think it had been 2 years since we joined the family for Christmas. And 2 years ago at that same time, my dear friend, Mr. 84, he was very, very emotional that year. And, many of us were concerned with whether we would see him, at the next Christmas, if he would be here. And I'm sure that was a thought that he was having at that time too. And yesterday I commented to a couple of his sons that, what a gift that he's here. And I reflected on that Christmas 2 years ago and how we were all feeling at that time and how things have shifted, and what a gift that he's still here with all of us at this time. And it was nice to just sit in um, comfortable quiet yesterday, because all the elders were looking rather tired yesterday. um, like the elders my parents' age and stuff like that, the 80 something crew. And so just sitting in companionable silence, it was really nice. And it was a gift. Each day, life offers me abundant proof that the universe loves me. Every day, God sends his angels to help me. Messages which seem coincidental from the words of others or words that I read are gifts to help me make my way in love and maintain my divine spiritual strength. Am I listening? More confirmation. So, with all that confirmation, is there anyone here that would like a card? More confirmation. More confirmation. You would. Okay, awesome. More confirmation. Let us get a card. Let us get these ladies cards. Something, hey, sweet pea, how's it going? Okay, so I'm feeling the journey of love, Miss Mo. Oh, I love this. The knowing without knowing. We make changes on based on, and Mo, it's like feeling, it's the intuitive nudges, and it's a 41, so it's that energy of changes. The mirror of that is 14, the energy of temperance, being guided by the angelic realms, as destiny unfolds in the experience. And you're being guided at this time to trust the inner nudges, trust the things you know without knowing how you know them. There's no need to intellectualize it. It's no, what we were speaking about earlier, there's no need to try to figure it out. It's just allowing the soul to override the ego so that you can make the moves in the direction to what? More sweetness. I'm feeling like bee energy here, hive energy, breaking free from the hive onto the path of a more sacred life. Not it's not all black and white, and we know this. And the what I'm really guided to is the golden of the card here, which really speaks to the solar plexus, and the soul overriding the ego. This 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 ability to make this shift, the ability to make the shift, the soul. And when the soul overrides, it may feel so uncomfortable because it's not going to look like life everyone else does, because it's spiritual. It's in service to the eternal essence of soul, who wants to be expressed here in this life as the fragrant, the fertile flower of life, who embraces the spins of the wheel every time it turns in their favor. And, you know, having made the break frees and the breakthroughs this year, it's always in your favor going forward. And this is what it's about. They kept saying, look at the bottom card. Your creative power, your higher self is guiding you to creative pursuits, soul over ego, just beginning to dabble, beginning to play in a co creative way with the divine in your life. And the door that's opening is the door of the crown chakra. It's like remember those old cellars, and you'd lift the door up like this? That's what it's feeling like, lifting the door up. Spirit is lifting the door up. And yeah, exactly. Exactly, Mo. You've got it. So it feels like more creative gifts are coming online for you in at this time. And again, this time is not like necessarily this moment, it's this time period, these holy days. I recognize the power of my thoughts. Do I use these thoughts to build or destroy? I choose to create my universe filled with and surrounded by joy and harmony. I will maintain a positive attitude and let no one or nothing discourage me. I create love and peace because you are strong and powerful, and you've taken the swords out of your very own beautiful heart and close the doors, cut the cords to the past. And the past has dissolved right in front, and it's fresh territory, new terrain, fertile ground. So keep going, keep making the changes, following the clues of the inner knowing that you know without knowing how you know. It's like, what do they call those? Tongue twisters. So, Mo, I hope that that makes sense to you. Okay, Andrea and then Pamela. Andrea and then Pamela. There's a real playful energy around, and I'm often singing, and so a lot, but it's like it keeps going over and over in my mind as I'm connecting with Andrea. Like all I can hear is this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. And then I feel like there are more courses. Should we find those courses? Let's see. This little light of mine. I want to find the rest of the words. I want to find the rest of the worlds. Well, this little light of mine. Um, no, no, that's not the one. So, anyways, Andrea, I feel that there's something here about like tuning into the energy of the inner child and allowing the inner child out to play more. So, I don't think this is what I remember either, but it's like everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. And then it's like, in my brother's heart, I'm gonna let it shine. In my sister's soul, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Yeah, I love it too. Let it blind everyone. Yeah, right. Hey, Milos, welcome, brother. Yay, we've got some masculine energy in the house. How nice. How nice, honestly, to feel supported by um, the masculine. Okay, so Andrea, I got all sidetracked there. Andrea, so there is a call for more singing. And you'll notice I was doing the thymus tapping when I was singing that at the beginning. So there's something about that as well, Andrea, about the soul coming online. I love that image. Standing naked in our truth, standing in the rawness of all that is new, standing in the vulnerability of allowing the light that is you to shine through unapologetically, coming into power via the divine spiral of grace, via the divine evolutionary spiral of the soul, coming online at this time, bringing heaven to earth. And it's like I'm hearing, oh my gosh, my head is so tingly here. I feel like, Andrea, there's like loved ones in spirit close to you, and perhaps even a counterpart energy at play in the fifth dimensional realms with you. You'll have to, like, you'll know what that is. And it just feels so loving and supported. And it's like all you need to go out into the world, all you need to do is be the love that is you. And to be the love that little Andrea always deserved, may have never received. Perhaps it's your, I had just mentioned the masculine coming in, and shortly thereafter feeling this tingling here. And the left side for me is always loved ones, or the counterpart, consort, as I have come to understand recently. So know that all you are here to do is to continue to heal and to evolve in loving ways by showing up for yourself in playful ways day to day, singing to your heart's content, remaining in the light because you are the light. And yet, those of you here, because you resonate, I know that you're phenomenal workers in the dark. Perhaps that's where you've done your finest work. That's where the light has shone the brightest, in those dark spaces. And now, because you've shone the light in those dark spaces, it's an act of grace and honor and love in service to all to come out and shine your light and share your heart. Let love clear your throat. Let me clear my throat. 5115. Choices, choices, choices. What's it going to be? It's like I'm seeing like a shady magician pulling a rabbit out of a hat. This isn't about the tricks that we may have had up our sleeves or tricks someone else may have up their sleeves. Spirit is not tricky. Spirit is clear, concise. It's up to us to thaw the ice from within that keeps us, like the blockhead, the ice head that can't hear. I'm not listening because it's going to mean I have to change. And I don't want to change. So I'm just going to pretend I didn't hear that. Well, that never works out well for us because we're always hearing it, right? So what is going to be the shift? To continue to dive in and shine the light. No matter what happens, I remain in the light without becoming discouraged or angry. I observe, I take time to think calmly and wisely, and I go forward with complete confidence, knowing that I will succeed. Through constantly nurturing my soul, I become a strong and solid being of light. Yes, absolutely. I shared on a post today on the community tab here, or the post tab. I'm Not What Happened to Me, that beautiful song. I'm so wrapped up in it these days. It's just so, it's like primal, tribal. We're not what happened to us. It's what we choose to be. 6 energy, and what we choose. And then as the chariot, we move. So it does feel like there are movement being created via the choices that you're making, Andrea, and feeling how supported you are and having faith that you are supported because you are moving through this self initiation, and it's all spirit guided. It's higher self guided. The left side of my head's going crazy again, right about here. Tingle, tingle, tingle. I've got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle as I go riding merrily along. And they say, oh, ain't you glad you're single? And that song ain't so very far from wrong. No, I'm not so glad I'm single. And yet I'm in a spiritual union. So whatever that means. Anywho, Andrea, I hope those messages resonate. And then here on the bottom again, we've got the growing card. So that's what I have for you, Andrea. Thank you for allowing me to connect with you. And know that your father always walks with you. Clearly, he came in a couple times here. So, and I'm just feeling like, I don't know if he ever did like this to you, like gently rub your head or whatever. I just feel like there's this real nurturing energy. And like it's very gentle and kind. So perhaps that's a reminder for you to be very gentle and kind with yourself as you're undergoing this phase or stage of transformation as the wheel spins. Soul over ego. Okay, Pamela, you're up next. Sweet pea, sweet pea, sweet pea. If anyone else is here and would like some cards pulled, let me know now. Otherwise, we're going to wrap. Pamela's the last one here that's asked for some cards. Like I said, I have an adventure to go on in a winter wonderland tonight. And I love it when there's snow on the ground because it's so bright outside. Even at night. Okay, so Pamela, loving all that is. How beautiful. You take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the facts of life. The facts of life. There's a time you gotta go and show you're growing. Now you know about the facts of life. The facts of life. And you know, what are the facts of life? Everything's always changing. Everything is transitory. Our experience in the flesh is finite. We do know this. And in between the time of our birth and the time of our transition into the new world, it's really important what we do. And the love that we bring into the experience is so important. And this is loving the shadow. I'm being followed by a moon shadow. Moon shadow, moon shadow. It's what we hide from ourselves. It's what we hide from the world. Let your love flow, sweet pea. Love it all. Embrace the good, the bad, the ugly. It's what makes this life so beautiful, really. You know, heart-achingly beautiful. We are heart-achingly beautiful. All that we've overcome has only served to make us stronger. There's that song, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller. Doesn't mean I'm lonely when I'm alone. Stoking the inner fire. And yes, I'd be happy to pull a card for you. Just make sure you're subscribed to the channel and we'll get to you next. 22. Here on the master path, standing on your own 2 feet. There is, Pamela, I'm really being guided back to this and the shadow. And it's like, what are you hiding from yourself? Because within you, there is a deep, deep emotional well. And when you allow the emotional well to release, it's like the healing wellspring into your life and your experience and the expansion of your gifts. Let love clear your throat. Don't choke back the tears from the years. It's time to let your love flow. And love, you know, Pamela, I have some inside 411 about you and your life and your experience. And grief is a necessary journey in the releasing of our love into the world. And yes, you're so, so strong. And yet at this time, you are being told, if you will, granted permission to allow yourself to release. It's not a sign of you being weak. It's in fact great strength, and it's the building block. You are supported and guided by angels, by love. It is the building block. You are the building block. Beyond the mind, the sacred heart beats. We're here to pull back the curtain. We see beyond the veil. And we see the things that are veiled in this experience. We're moving beyond the con job. 10010 as the sacred reset. The wheel of fate, of destiny, is turning in your favor, has turned in humanity's favor. Beyond the heartache, the wisdom is released. Beyond what is held back, the vision is freed. I rise above the worldly illusions of fear. I always have a choice of how to live each step of my life. I therefore choose to live each situation in the light by turning my thoughts toward God. By living beyond illusions of the material world, I enter into simplicity and peace. I did write illusion somewhere today, and I don't recall sharing that here. Oh, yes, right now. We're right there. Or between with Neptune retro in Pisces at the 29th degree between October 23rd and December the 10th, it was the release point of illusion, of judgment, of the delusion that we've lived within, like the collective hypnosis, if you will. It's a con job. It's like a snow job. Although snow jobs, I was thinking that today, like this is good snow for a snow job. And a snow job would be fun with one you love, don't you think? Playing in the snow, rolling around in the snow like two little kids. I think it would be a lot of fun. I don't know. I don't know. That's kind of where I am these days. Like I think that would be so much fun. I look forward to having a connection with someone who's spiritually expansive as I am, as well as childlike in their delight and wonder of daily life. And this looks like good snow for a snow job. That's what I think. So, Pamela, that's what I've got for you, sis. Devotion. Allow yourself to be moved like the waters in the ocean. I'm getting warm. Okay. That's what I've got for you, Pamela. Krishna 2420. 10. That's a 10 again. Krishna 10. Are you still here? Let me know if you're here and if you're subscribed to the channel, and I will be happy to pull a card or two for you. I do ask for some exchange, a balance in energetic exchange with engagement. So, whew, I think I'm ready to go throw myself in the snow, give myself a snow job. Okay. I'm still waiting on Krishna to let me know if they're here. Can we trust the unfolding of the plan? Maintaining an even keel, accepting the gifts of the divine that are coming into our life, being open to receive, allowing ourselves to settle into vulnerability. Well, I don't see Krishna here engaging, so that's what happens here sometimes, and that's okay. Self-love. Self-love is the order of the day, every day. I feel like I'm going to get outside and play because I really want to get outside and play. I'm so hot now. I'm sweating. And the next time we'll be here live will be on Sunday, the 28th of December, Sunday, the 28th of December. We'll be live here at 12:21 for our weekly intuitive check-in to see what's coming up for us in this final week of this 2025 Gregorian year, a universal 9, as we roll towards like a snowball, as we roll towards the beginning of the new Gregorian, this winter season. May we get out there and experience life, a life of delight through the joyful eyes of the child who lives within. With that being said, everyone, I see you, I feel you, I love you. I'm getting out of here. I am going to bundle up and get outside and have some fun. I trust that something here resonated with you tonight. Thank you all so much for showing up, Milo, Dawn, Pamela, and thank you. And yeah, everyone, thank you so much for being here. Until Sunday, everyone, get out there and make some snow angels and, maybe build a snowman and give yourself a snow job or just lay in the snow. I love laying in the snow. It's so cool. It's like the best seat in the house. And maybe you can lay in the snow and stargaze. Anyway, a girl can dream. I see you. I feel you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for showing up and pouring into my cup. I trust something here has been a drop of love into yours. Until next time, everyone, take good care.